Something that you've probably noticed about Hive Skywars that's different from Skywars game modes on other servers is the fact that Hive Skywars doesn't have kits. Instead, it uses a lucky ore system where you can mine ores around the map and get items that way. However, a question that I get asked fairly frequently is, do you think the Hive will ever add kits to their Skywars game mode at any point? And to answer that question, I'll say that I don't really know. In this video though, I'll talk about what kits might be like if they were to be added to Hive Skywars, discuss what forms we might see them in, and speculate about how they might affect the game if they were to be added in the future. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're a fan of my content, and enjoy. So I like to start off videos of this type by saying that pretty much everything in this video is going to be speculation. I don't actually know any real information about kits being added to Hive Skywars, I'm just talking about what it could possibly be like. Basically, don't take anything in this video as fact and think of it more as far-fetched possibilities. With all of that out of the way, let's talk about what makes Hive Skywars different from Skywars game modes on other Minecraft servers. First up, there's Skywars on CubeCraft Bedrock Edition. On there, you have the option to pick one of 4 kits: Builder, Chef, Tank, and Healer. All of these kits can contribute to different playstyles depending on what you want to do. If you want to rush someone, the Builder kit's probably for you because you spawn in with blocks. If you think you might get rushed, you could choose the Tank kit so you don't die immediately because you spawn in with armor. I don't really see people use the Chef kit that much just because you'll probably find food elsewhere, but the Healer kit is definitely meta in CubeCraft Skywars just because of how golden apples work on the server. They're really good. I think this same thing of contributing to different playstyles can also be said for Hypixel Skywars, which is on Minecraft Java Edition. There's honestly way too many kits to try and go over all of them, but here's a few of the more obvious ones. If you like to rush, the Frog kit or the Speleologist kit might be the kit for you, because it gives you a way to get to other islands quicker. If you want to play a longer game, maybe use the Knight kit or the Armorer kit, because these ones will give you items that'll last you for pretty much the entire game. Again, there are a lot more kits on Hypixel for more niche uses, but those are the ones that'll get you by at the start. Now, let's move back to Hive Skywars. Obviously, the playstyle of it is quite a lot different from other Skywars game modes because, again, there aren't really kits. To get stuff in Hive Skywars, you mine ores on the ground, and each ore has a chance of dropping a specific thing. The playstyles argument can kind of still be used here though. Depending on what ores and how many of them you get on your island, you can play risky and fight earlier with less stuff, or play safer and fight later with more stuff. If kits were to be added though, it would probably affect the game pretty drastically. I feel like there would be less need for ores if kits were in the game, because people will just have more stuff, more gear, more weapons, etc. Let's say ores were removed or at least reduced, however. This would bring up a few more scenarios and questions. For example, would there be any need for the 30-second starter barrier? I honestly don't think so. What are you gonna do for the 30 seconds that you're just sitting there on your island? Looting chests shouldn't take that long, and there's gonna be barely any ores to mine anyways, and it would just end up delaying the game more. Another thing to think about might just be the chests in the game in general. If everyone already has loot from their kits, how much stuff are you really going to need out of chests anyways? Will the middle chests become stronger to give people who get there first more of an advantage, or will they become worse to try and balance out all of the kits? All of these are things that would need to be thought about and tested before you can even imagine adding kits to Hive Skywars. But let's imagine that all of those problems were magically solved and that kits were going to be added to Hive Skywars. What types of kits would they add? Well, something that you need to know about the Hive, and something that I've explained in my videos before, is that the Hive likes to be original. They like to have stuff that stands out, and they probably wouldn't do extremely generic kits. They probably wouldn't have a kit named Enderman that gives you 2 Ender Pearls. That's just too basic for them. Now, when I sat down to think of kits to include in this video, I realized that I wasn't a game designer for a reason, and I legitimately couldn't think of any kits creative enough to try and include in this video. That's where I enlisted the help of my Discord server. I used their creative ideas for my own personal gain. Here's what some of them said. First up, we have the Luck kit. Ups the Nemo drop rate from 2% to 10% and halves the diamond armor rate and gives more diamond swords instead. It comes with a random piece of iron armor and a stone pickaxe. I think this is a really cool kit, especially because of the stone pick. Assuming that we play by the rules of normal Minecraft, stone pickaxes can't mine emeralds, so you'd have to go kill someone in game first and get their iron pickaxe before you could mine emeralds. I think it adds a lot more depth to the game, and it would be really cool. Another suggested kit that I really liked was called the Mobile Miner kit. Basically, you get a diamond pick, 5 redstone ore, 2 diamond ore, 2 emerald ore, and 4 lapis ore. I feel like this would be a really useful kit if ore spawns were severely reduced in Skywars, but regardless, there's still a lot that you can do with it. For example, you could just mine all of your ores off the start if you want to guarantee some good gear, or you can play a little bit riskier and hold them until later in the game when you might need them. Once again, just another kit that brings a lot of variation in playstyles. Next up, and one of the more wild ideas, we have the Voider kit. Hear me out on this one. Dying in the void respawns you for 10 seconds with strength and slowness 1 on your enemy with full gear, and if you kill them, you get their loot and continue. This is either an absolutely horrible idea or a god tier idea, and honestly, I can't decide which. Something important is left out of this kit, and it's how much health you spawn with when you respawn, but I think the best thing to do there would just be to give you the same amount of health that your enemy has. I mean, think about it, your enemy hits you off the map and then you come back, but they also have strength and you have the same amount of health, so they should win, right? I don't know, it's just one of those kits that may or may not work, but it's really cool to think about. The final kit suggestion that I want to talk about is the Blazing Heart kit. This one is all about fire, and it makes you immune to all fire damage, and if you're wearing a piece of fire prot armor, fire damage will become thorns damage to the player who set you on fire. You'll spawn with bling boots, and whenever you use a fire trail book, it gives you resistance 1, and it also creates the fire trail. Again, this one goes out to all of the pyromaniacs out there. I think it's a really cool concept, and it's really well thought out, and this is definitely a Hive style idea just based on the originality of it. So, I'll be honest, I got like 50 more ideas from my Discord server, but obviously I can't talk about all of them in my video. So, I'd like to thank everyone that submitted an idea, and if you want to join my Discord server so you can participate in things like this in the future, there's a link on screen and it's in the description. Still, let's get back to talking about kits in Hive Skywars, and specifically if we'll ever see them on the server in the future. I personally think that the most likely place that you'll ever see them is if the Hive does a Kits Skywars LTM. There are literally no plans for this, and the Hive has never publicly talked about doing Kits Skywars as a limited time mode, but I feel like this is realistically the only time we would ever see it on the server. I mean, Lucky or Skywars is Hive Skywars at this point. It's how it was on Hive Java, and it's how it still is on Bedrock Edition. There's very little reason for Hive to add kits in their Skywars game mode, and I think the only reason they would ever try it is for a limited time mode to gauge interest in it. Maybe if the players like it, they would keep it, or maybe if the players don't like it, they would also keep it because Sky Royale still exists as an LTM 9 months later, but regardless, we don't really know if it's ever going to be added. Again, all of this is just speculation. I personally hope we see it on the Hive someday. I do enjoy playing Kit Skywars on other servers, but again, it isn't really a Hive type game mode. I don't know, maybe this video can garner some attention towards the idea, and show the Hive whether the community would want this as a thing or not. Let me know your thoughts on Kit Skywars and if you'd want it as a game mode on the Hive in the future in a comment on this video. With all of that being said though, I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to my channel. I frequently make commentaries and speculate on stuff like this, so if you like this video, you'll probably like a lot of my other videos as well. Also, a huge thank you once again to everyone who submitted an idea for a kit in my Discord. You guys seriously saved this video. I was blanking hard on kit ideas. Also, as always, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my YouTube channel members. They support me for $4.99 a month, and they get some cool perks like getting their names on screen at the end of every video that I post. If you'd like to check out what other perks they get, or become a member for yourself, you can do so by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button, or by clicking the members link in the description. Once again, thank you to all my members, and thank you to everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.